Since we talked about dating and whatnot, we had a very interesting question from all our viewers, and he wants to get some tips and insights into confidence talking to women and approaching women, especially when, let's say, you might not have the biggest package, so to speak. So, how I see us doing it, like, I would like you to chime in on that because I feel like females, they obviously, if they are turned off by a man, they will simply just back away from him and ghost him and whatnot. It's much easier. But it's very rare that a woman will actually sit down and explain what is actually making her attractive to a man and then what's a turn off. So I would like you to basically chime in and give your insight, and after that, I can chime in as well. Sound good?
Yeah. I would say there are different types of women, but I'll say this: self research, knowing who you are, is very important. Understanding your strengths, understanding your insecurities. When you know your insecurities, no one can, get you off of your own self. Like they can't tell you who you are. So when you know who you are, no one else can tell you who you are. And when a man is confident in himself and he knows what his ambitions are, where he's going, that's a very, very attractive thing. And confidence can be felt. Women can feel when a man is confident. When you have that needy energy, that's when a woman might push you away. When you come from a place where it's just like genuine interest and you say like some sort of, you know, positive word or telling her how beautiful she is. This is the thing, like sometimes men might say too much, too detailed, maybe too sexualized, and that's where it can be such a turnoff for a woman. But if they just say, "Hey, you're beautiful, and I'm just wondering if I can get your number," for example, or just having some sort of small talk can really make a difference. Playing games, having pickup lines. There are pickup artists out there. I'm just like, for me, be authentic. That's the most attractive thing. When guys are overthinking it and they're like, oh, I need a pickup line. That's the culture of dating apps. That's what that is. They need to do this because on dating apps things have become very difficult, and it has created a lot of lack of confidence within men because of the rejection they've received maybe on dating apps. In person is how I would recommend it. In person is how to interact with women, because then face to face conversation there won't be ghosting. That's how I think that's the best way to go about it. While dating apps, they're just the culture on there is just so uncomfortable, I would say. And yeah, I would say just know who you are, know your ambitions, focus on you, have a hobby, like again, martial arts, going to the gym, having like taking care of your physical body, eating properly, then a woman will be very attracted to that. Ambition is very important.
That's amazing. And you're actually spitting facts here. And a lot of guys, when they ask me for dating advice or even just confidence overall, I generally look very deeply into their lives and see how much did they actually struggle. Because this struggle and the proper amount of struggle that will build a man. Now, like we covered before, martial arts. It's one of the best ways to build this confidence in yourself because you're literally facing somebody who's about to beat the shit out of you. And if you're not able to defend yourself and actually stand up to that, then you're not really worthy of protecting people in the first place or protecting yourself, because that's what it is at the end of the day. You're protecting yourself, what you stand for, your territory. Goes back millions of years ago when we were territorial. Another thing that I'm looking at is, did they actually take a very close look at their lives, notice where do they suck, and genuinely tell themselves, okay, this is the situation I'm in. This is where I want to be. The real question is, how do I get there? And actually taking action into going to that next level. And where I've just talked about not too long ago with Jonathan is that most of the people nowadays they would rather stay where they're at, and by default they hit this monotone lifestyle where nothing is happening. They feel like it's stable, they feel like it's calm, but in reality they're actually losing value big time, especially men. Because imagine a guy just walks around his daily life, doesn't mind anybody's business, fine, goes to a job, perfect, excellent. But what type of value does he actually provide to life? Will karma actually reward you at the end if it came to that? Because it was always a question of how many people do you help in life? That's when karma will actually reward you. If you'll be selfish and not really think about helping anyone throughout your whole life, then why do you deserve the good stuff in the first place? So, whenever you're thinking about confidence talking to women, or oh, I'm worried about my size package, oh, I'm worried that XYZ will happen and she won't love me. That comes literally from insecurity. Personally, a real man, he will be able to work on his life, build an empire, help people throughout life. And whether people are agreeing with him or not, he doesn't care because he knows his true value. He knows that karma rewards him at the end. So he doesn't need anybody's approval, so to speak. And by default, by doing so, he will actually attract the right type of people in his life, including women. So that's the one of the best ways to actually attract the quality of people you want, including women. Instead of going out there and chasing and being needy, like Isra said, being too sexual and whatnot, you can simply be on your grind, be friendly, be a good person, help people, and people will notice and they'll be drawn to you. So you'll be surprised how the law of attraction will actually work. Yeah.
Yeah, and pursuing, I find that sometimes guys are also pursuing not only one woman, multiple women, and that's fine, but also where's that coming from? You know, is it because they want to fill up a void within themselves? Or is it because they want a serious connection, a serious relationship? Is there honesty? There's also that huge thing of dishonesty happening where, guys are not saying that they have a partner, and that is creating chaos in their life and they don't know it. So it's very important to be honest with oneself, take accountability, and this is what's really lacking, taking accountability, taking responsibility. That is what makes a man more of a man. And it's hard, I get it. But this is where the initiation of men into their true masculine energy can happen.
True.